Have you ever ended a day and felt strangely light? Not because you accomplished something extraordinary, but simply because you were fully present in each moment. And then there are other days that end with a quiet heaviness. Time seems to have slipped away, dissolving into mindless scrolling, wandering thoughts with no clear beginning or end. And you begin to realize the silence of regret is often the loudest sound of all. We often believe our problem is a lack of motivation, that if we just had enough inspiration, we could conquer anything. We watch motivational videos, read powerful quotes, and wait for some kind of magical energy to arrive and lift us up. But maybe we're not lacking motivation. What we're lacking is a container that doesn't leak, because the cost of distraction isn't just lost time. At the real cost is the slow erosion of trust in ourselves. Every time we say, "I'll do it later," every time we give in to a fleeting temptation, we quietly tell ourselves, "My word can't be trusted." And that becomes an invisible weight we carry. Imagine two artists, Ryan and Jack. They're both given the same opportunity, a grant to complete their most meaningful work within 3 months. The pressure is the same. The goal is the same. Jack feels the weight of expectation. He starts his day by preparing. He cleans his workspace until it's perfect, rearranges his brushes. Then he goes online, searching for inspiration, and gets lost in the polished world of other artists. He tells himself, "I need the right mood to begin." The day ends with a blank canvas and a quiet sense of disappointment when Ryan feels that same weight, but she chooses differently. She walks into her studio. Maybe it's not perfectly tidy. She doesn't wait for the perfect mood. She simply closes the door, puts her phone on silent, and sits down. She begins with a single brushstroke, then another. She doesn't think about the finished piece. She only thinks about the next stroke. The day ends with a small corner of the painting taking shape and a quiet sense of peace. Later, when someone asks her what her secret is, Ryan just smiles and says, "I don't wait for inspiration. I create a space for it to find me." This story isn't about art. It's about how we face our lives. Discipline isn't the harsh prison we often imagine. It's not punishment. It's an act of self-respect, a form of care for your future self. Your mind is like a garden. Notifications, news feeds, anxious thoughts. They are weeds. They grow naturally, effortlessly. Discipline isn't about hating the weeds. It's about the quiet, consistent act of nurturing the flowers you actually want to see grow. The burden isn't the work itself. It's our resistance to it. Focus is how we release that resistance. It's a simple acceptance. Right now, right here, just this one thing. To begin tending that garden, you don't need drastic change, just small shifts in awareness. First, Create a ritual doorway. It can be as simple as making a cup of tea, closing your door, or playing a piece of instrumental music. A small signal to your mind. This is a space for focus. Everything else can wait outside. Second, begin with 5 minutes of stillness. Before diving into work, sit quietly and breathe. Do nothing. Just observe. It's like letting the surface of a lake settle after ripples. You begin from stillness instead of fighting chaos. And finally, when you feel overwhelmed or distracted, pause and gently ask yourself, what is the calm move here? Not, how do I do everything? But, what is the next small, steady step I can take? That question brings you back from panic to presence. Discipline isn't about becoming a productivity machine. It's about reclaiming ownership of your life, turning hours lost in distraction into moments lived with intention, replacing silent regret with quiet fulfillment. And in that stillness, we don't just find results, we find ourselves.